I mean, it gives me a sense of sort of how they like to work, how they like to communicate. Um, in fact, when I'm doing the cold calling on leads that I pick up, I used to try to start with text and see if I would get a reply, and often people are kind of like standoffish, rarely would get a text back. So then I realized, okay, well, I got to get them on the phone talking. And even that can be a challenge. I'll leave messages. I was watching some of the previous podcasts that you've done about one with a gentleman who it was just his job to follow up on leads, then pass them on. So he was doing that all day. I try to avoid more than 3 voicemails. I feel like at a certain point, I know that the internet is the place where if I go on and I, enter my details for a plumber, I may get a call from 6 different plumbers, and I get a little frustrated. So I don't want to like over inundate people with voicemails and calls. Oftentimes I'll call somebody and they'll say, oh, I've got a call from 4 other people and I'm just wanting to know the cost of this property. Okay, fair enough. And I don't put those people on searches. I'm a true believer that there's enough people out there online that are looking, even in a tough market like this in LA, where it's very seller oriented, and a lot of buyers right now are just kind of, unless they're moving here or they've got twins on the way, or just specific reasons they need to buy, it's really a tough market right now. So that said, I'm more of, maybe I'm segueing, but I'm more gentle with people in terms that I'm not the type of realtor that will get on the phone and tell you 9 reasons why now is the time to buy. And of course I do have clients that wish they had bought 3 years ago, and it wasn't up to me to tell them now's the time to buy. I always tell buyers, which may be counterintuitive, and I could be different from every other realtor. I always say the time to buy is when you're ready. Now, of course, interest rates should factor in, and the property values should, and whether you can afford. There's a lot of factors at hand. So getting back to why I try to communicate about, I try to take a temperature on how they want to communicate, what their timeline is. Try to find out what their motivation is. I often ask, are you currently leasing? I do like to inform buyers about, the fact that there's a lot of different Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, FHA type programs that they can, educate themselves with like our preferred lender. And that can sometimes help them, maybe motivate them to go sooner. But all in all, it's questions and then listening and taking notes so that I'm able to, that's key, is that I always have a notepad right there. So I'm just scratching notes, 2-bedroom minimum, this square footage, okay, lot size, a lot of factors, because I don't want to over inundate. I never want to send anybody more than about 20 listings, 25 max. Otherwise it's just too much and they just kind of like push it aside, or